Well, Coach Johnson, it's the first week back of the season, and welcome to camp for new and old players. Tell me, Coach, what does this week mean for you, and what's it like to see fresh faces on the team and to welcome back players that you haven't seen over the last 3 months?
That's really an exciting time of year. You know, you work really hard in football all year long to be able to kind of play again and get going. You know, some of the other sports have open gyms and all those other things. In football, there's a little bit of skelly going on, but mostly you got to wait for football to start to really play football. So the guys are incredibly excited about being here. Our seniors went on a little retreat, had a chance to be with them, and they just had the closeness of those guys who have been through a lot of stuff and they've won a lot of games. There's a confidence and kind of a fun in those guys, and then I know the freshmen are looking a little different, and so everybody's eyes are, you know, various sizes, but the time of year is incredibly exciting for the guys and for the coaches too. And I think the coaches are we're kind of running around. Some of it's like doing good work, but some of it's kind of remembering things. And so when you remember one thing, you feel like, oh, I might have forgot something else. And so there's a little. It's kind of like anxiety. There's anxiety, but most of it's anxious. It's kind of anxious.
So tell me, you talked a little bit about just getting that momentum started with the seniors, kind of that retreat. What does it take to get everybody on board right now, building that momentum early and saying, hey, we have a winning tradition here, and getting that ingrained into their minds right away?
Well, we have an incredible first day that we've kind of planned, and there's some things like getting equipment and doing those things that are kind of fun. But we have kind of a first meeting that's really a big deal, and our seniors and myself and our coaches, we in no uncertain terms talk about who we are, and the base of that being in Christ, just a bunch of guys that love football, love the Lord, love one another, and we just want to be a bunch of guys that get after it, and people hate to play us.
Well, then tell me what that correlates to on the practice field. I mean, that first couple of days, you know, you're basically going to be testing out where people are at, but what do you hope to see in that first week, maybe first week or two, on the practice field?
Well, there's no question that looking at some of the young guys and getting a feel for them is one of the most fun things for the coaches, and I think the players might even get intimidated by a youngster, but you don't really hit for 5 or 6 days, and you know that kind of separates some guys too. But we're seeing who's in shape and who's ready, and you know you mentally in ahead of time have who you feel like is going to be where and all those different things, and so there's just an excitement. Those first few days, the energy is high. We try to be, as coaches, incredibly organized so the guys feel like they want more practice instead of like it's drudgery. And later on, a couple of weeks when you get real tired and it's a little more monotonous, that's when we really earn our pay, because we got to get these guys kind of revved up, because that's kind of that fourth quarter thing. And so the stamina has to come, but you can't gain stamina and you can't gain that toughness if you haven't gone through some heat, and that's what we need to do right now. But these first few days are really a flat-out blast.
Well, we're looking forward to having players on campus, and really excited looking at September 8th against Wartburg. But let's just welcome them here and get them here, and thanks for your time today.
We'll get them day at a time. Here we go.